Moving right along. So this is game 2, round of 16 between AvOiD and Badewell. AvOiD, previous scReddit Open winner. Badewell, terrific turn. So looking forward to this game on Lost Temple. Good stuff here. scReddit Open number 6. The thing you are watching right now, hosted by a bunch of good folks at the StarCraft subreddit. And my name is Harlequin. You're watching our stream today. How are you doing? It's good to know. Good to hear. Glad you're doing well. Alright, we've got Badewell here in the top position, at the 12 o'clock position as the green Terran, and at the 2 o'clock position we've got AvOiD as the orange Protoss. So, how's the weather? I asked you that already. Never mind. AvOiD, always all about spamming a lot of chat at the beginning of these games. I believe he was quoting Bible verses last game, and now he's just talking about the weather. So, you know. He just, you know. I definitely think there's a little bit of strategy involved in just, you know, if you're the kind of person who's all over your micro to the point where you have enough APM to chat constantly, and your opponent doesn't, and your opponent wastes APM responding to you, it's a victory. You know, you've used your out-of-game resource, i.e. your brain, to confuse and stall your opponent. It's kind of a neat strategy, and let's see how well he works, you know. Luckily, AvOiD is the kind of player who likes to do it through just polite and random and sort of inane chat, whereas I've seen other people just, you know, spam obscenities and stuff the entire time. But hey, whatever. So this is a very strange pylon placement here. I think he's trying to freak out his opponent. That's the only reason I could think he'd do it, because clearly he's going to have to build a gateway somewhere around there. And if he builds his gateway and his pylon way up here, his opponent's going to come in, scout his base, and go, oh crap, I'm being proxied, and then start scouting around and looking for proxies and saying, oh, did you build gates here? Did you build them over here? Where's the gates? Where's the gates? You know, are they in my base? Is it over here? Am I getting cannon rushed? And, you know, maybe he'll just go north a little bit and scout it and see anyways, but I kind of like that, because if you're not going to wall off, then it doesn't matter where you put it, so you might as well hide it and just freak your opponent out a little bit. It's just that slight attention to detail and denial of information that I just like. That kind of stuff stands out to me. I could be sitting here and talking about the build artist, but no, I'll talk about that because that's cooler. Well, let's take a look. We've got gas up. We've got the barracks up. I'd be surprised if he doesn't go for a quick Reaper, but we'll see. You know, this is a great map for just at least a poking around kind of Reaper. But, no, looks like he's just going to go for the same stuff again. We'll see. He could just get a factory right after he gets one Marine out, start getting Marauders, start getting tanks, and go for that again. Cybernetics Core, again, he's got all of his buildings just nicely hidden in his base. And I don't even believe... Let's take a look at Badewell's camera so far. He hasn't actually even scouted his base yet, whereas... AvOiD has definitely at least seen his front door. So, yeah, looking good. Anyhow, not going to harp too long on that, but we'll see if anything works that way. So, what do we got here? Triple gate. Oh boy. Alright, he could be going straight in for 3-4 gate push as soon as the warp gate tech is done. Warp gate's already being researched. Ready to go. Let's see if he's going to get a proxy pylon out here maybe somewhere. Just kind of hanging back a little bit. There's that factory again. Maybe we'll see some drops. Maybe we'll see some medevacs. Who knows? Terran's kind of a mystery that way. There's our second barracks. So this is the exact same build order we saw him do last game. Same build order, more or less, that we saw AvOiD do last game. So it looks like Badewell's finally saw... He saw all of his constructed buildings there, so maybe he got a little bit of a freak out when he first walked in, but then he figured it out. So, oh well, but it's still kind of cute. Second barracks going up, tech lab going up, not much going on here. Single forward pylon. I kind of like the placement of that. Just gets a little bit of nice sight range. Although he's getting the tech lab up this time, and definitely not getting a starport. We'll see if he gets any siege research up or anything like that. The Marauders are, oh, he's got a very delayed Reaper. Now, you'll often hear Day 9 talk about, you know, the delayed Reaper Scout. This is a very delayed Reaper Scout. But, hey, why not? You know, I don't even know why he's getting a Reaper, honestly, because he's seen his whole base. He's seen everything. Maybe he just wants a little bit of map control, but there's a lot of production time associated with that, so that's kind of a strange choice. We'll see where this little Intrepid Reaper goes at the moment. Meanwhile, here we've got some Stalkers moving out here for AvOiD. Reaper hopping up, just going to be annoying. Pretty much that's his only goal at the moment. Just come up here, be annoying, kill some stuff. And these workers know that they are without guardians at this point. The workers have to fight off this Reaper by themselves. So frankly, that bet paid off, but really we've got the big fight going on here. Unfortunately, this tank is going to be able to really do a lot of damage to these couple of stalkers up front. SCV is going to be able to repair, and we're good to go. Let's see. I must have missed it. He probably lost that Reaper, I believe. I bet he was killed by workers. Boy, that tank is doing some real damage, though. That guy's paying off just in time, and siege mode is getting researched as we speak. But just losing so many stalkers. I mean, he's holding the position, which is good. But that was a lot of stalkers lost. And still no stim or no concussive shells or anything else like that. But looks like we're going to have a lull for a minute. So for those of you just tuning in, we are up to 126 viewers today. Action's really starting to take off. We are watching AvOiD versus Badewell. AvOiD is a previous winner of the scReddit Open. Badewell, a pretty good Terran. This is game 2, up 1-0 for AvOiD. My name is Harlequin. I am your commentator today, and we are just hanging out here, seeing what's going on. Bunch of shield guys floating around. Just kind of maintaining map position at the moment. Kind of a tough nut to crack at this point, as soon as the siege tanks go up. But he's making the right move, which is expanding. He knows his opponent's not going to push out for some time, so why not? Just drinking my Coke Zero. And waiting for some more developments to go on here. Pull up the protection tab. We do see Stim Pack is coming up right about now. If we want to compare units, AvOiD definitely has the advantage with the probes, but frankly, he's got kind of a tiny army. Well, 5 sentries, but with siege tanks and marauders out there and 10 marines, that's a tiny army. I mean, really, Badewell could push out at this point and do real significant damage here. So I think AvOiD is just thinking, I'm expanding. In order to cover my expansion, I need to be aggressive and, contain him a little bit longer. But he's got five sentries, and, the magic number is 6, and you can perpetually shield somebody in. So I bet he's just going to wait, see if he leaves, shield him in over and over again. And there we go. So you got 6 sentries. He can perma-shield at the moment. Once again, big kudos to AvOiD for just a big, solid, fat Maynard exchange, including 3 going right into the assimilator and the rest all going onto the minerals. I love seeing that. Real macro player. Got tons and tons and tons of economy going on. And again, he's not messing around with that Maynard exchange. He's going to take 50% of his workers and cut them right across. He's not going to send a little and build a little. And how did I miss that? How did I miss the freaking Banshee coming out of nowhere? Where did that get built? All the way up here inside of his base. Never even saw it. We've got a Banshee attack going right in the main. Luckily, we've got enough stuff to deal with it, but frankly, he's going to have to get some obs at some point. He needs a forge. He needs a robotics facility. Pull up we got Cloak researching right now, so that is a big warning light for him. He needs to worry about that. And luckily, Cloak was just started, so he has time to get some countermeasures up. But let's see what he's going to pick here. Robotics facility. Okay. If he thinks he's got time to get that, that's a good choice. Most people, I think, would opt for a single cannon or 2 just to give him sight. But we'll see. Nice contain going out front, though. He's lowering the gate. He's going to send out the scout to see what's going on. He'll probably catch a glimpse of that army, but maybe not. Meanwhile, big fat Marine Marauder tank army here. Banshees are poking around. I'd love to see him repair this Banshee a little bit. I mean, I think a lot of Terran players take for granted the fact that their workers can heal their friggin' mechanical units, which is awesome. Siege tanks up. I don't know why he's starting this contain right now, but maybe he thought it was coming. Single Hallion's going to run around and just be real annoying. But we've got all the right units for that. That guy's just dead. That was just a very expensive scout. Banshee moving in. Alright, we got some tension in the air here. Tension in the air. He's, just kind of maintaining the control, and frankly, I'm surprised Badewell hasn't pushed out at this point, but he's being cautious. He just knows he's got a little bit of an advantage. See, I'm being yelled at because I put my graphics up just a little bit and just gave them a tiny bit of lag, and they're letting me know. So that's why I always try and watch my graphics a bit, but it's okay. Moving right along. Got the Banshees floating around. Banshees are reasonably countered. We've got Robo Facility. We've got the Blink for the Twilight Council. That I like. I love seeing good Blink play. Big army from Badewell here. I really want to see him push out. Even if he just, positions these tanks here, moves the army out here, and builds, there we go, or lands the command center there. That's what I wanted to see. Landing the command center. We've got the Stalkers and the Sentries. This is a huge army all of a sudden here. Again, I don't like it necessarily against a lot of siege tanks, but if he's going to be blinking and he's got obs, he's perfect. He'll sneak around, blink up here, get up there, get the flank off, and this whole army is going to have to negotiate its way back up top. That could be a really good attack if he goes for it. Luckily, he's a good player and he understands that he wants to expand while he attacks, so the fact that he's expanding right now should be a direct evidence of the fact that he's going to go and attack, because he's in a great position to attack, so we'll see what he's going with that. Blink so far, the only upgrade. We've got no sign of a forge or anything like that. We do have Templar archives, so we're going to see some Psystorm against Marines probably in a little bit. Meanwhile, we'll see if he's going to move in on this attack or not. He's definitely got blinking. He's kind of one control group syndrome though, so if he blinks, he's going to have to leave behind a bunch of sentries. And there's the blink. Oh, and he even queued up the blink, so he's doing it little by little. Siege tanks though are doing quite a bit of damage. Well, a little bit of damage. Now he's moving away here. Killing the Banshee. Bunch of Marines coming in, and he's going to have to blink back out. Notice how he queued up those blink moves. I love that. Each unit simply blinked as soon as he got to the cliff, and then moved along at the bottom there. It's a very sexy way to do it. But at this point, he knows he's going to need something a little bit more to be able to do this kind of damage. So hopefully he'll be able to get Psystorm researched, and it hasn't begun researching yet, and he'll be able to start warping in some Psystorm. So we'll see how that's going. More gateways. Send in the gateways. Whoa! Click on the help button. I hate that button. Okay, so this is good. I like where this is going. Terran is being... I almost think Terran is being a little too defensive, and this is what a lot of people hate about Terran, is that, like, yeah, well, you're turtled up. Yeah, see, you're kind of a passive fellow. It's like, yeah, he's turtled up and he's doing a good job, but, when's he going to move out and do something, Interesting to see why he's doing this. I don't know where he's going with that. I kind of thought maybe he was thinking about putting some siege up on this cliff here. But maybe he's just scouting around, just, gonna look around the map, do a siege drop somewhere. Could be interesting, but boy. Oh, and there we have it. Look at that. Taking the cliff with a shift blink, taking out a Banshee, going for that gas, and we're gonna have to see Badewell here struggle for a little bit as he's gonna come and deal with that, because that's just really annoying. Look at that shift blinking. I love it. I love it. I'm easily amused, if you couldn't tell. Just these tiny little tricks are all it takes to garner my favor. Badewell moving out. Stim goes off. We've got force fields up. We've got a big blink right in the middle of everything. Let's see if he's going to go ahead and focus down those siege tanks, which are now fully sieged. Going to have to deal with that. And he's just gutting this army here. I mean, it was a lot of losses, but it looks like he's just got that. I really want to see him hit that last siege tank, though. Oh, there we go. Big fat win there for Avoid. Void's taking out the last of those siege tanks. He's got free run of this base, and this is going to be a good game. Just one big solid victory. I don't even know. There he goes. He blinked on those last two stalkers up there. Whatever happened to that transport that had the siege tanks in it? Didn't even see. Don't even care. Frankly, Avoid is just about to run in here and win this game. A single Lonely Raven is going to try and defend this with auto turrets, but just not going to do too much. The last siege up that last tank. Going to do some damage, but no, the blink is going to take it out, take out the Raven, take out the rest of the Marines, and now at this point, trickling resupply is all that he's going to be killing, and that is good game, which is going to be game 2 for Avoid versus Badewell, who's now all inning with his workers. I like that. Never give up, never surrender, but frankly, it takes a lot more than, 20 some odd workers to kill 15 stalkers. That's okay, though. Good game all around.